Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps, and I messed up again. So I recorded this entire episode with the mic muted. But I don't want to throw it away. I want to reuse it. And unfortunately, the way that Shapes original saves games, it's difficult to have multiple saves of the same game. So I am narrating over the top. And we are on level 14. That is our goal today. The thing we want to do is we're making a little slice of watermelon. And to do that, I'm going to create two circles. I'm going to have a green circle on the outside and a red circle on the inside. And then we're going to cut that into 4 pieces. So each of those circles will create 4 of the shapes that we need. Now the little blueprint shape needs to be dialed in, so just cleaning up some stuff there, getting that all together. I think we've fixed it. This episode is probably going to be edited a little more heavily than others. I normally just go straight through, but because I'm narrating, this is going to be a little different. So one of the things that's different about this level is that we are not supplying a specific number of shapes. The number of shapes doesn't matter. What matters is that we need to get 8 per second rolling into the hub. Keep in mind that our belt speed right now is 6 per second. So one full belt is not going to make it. We need to get 2 belts coming in, at least 1 and 1/3 belt. But thanks to the magic of blueprints, this is pretty straightforward. So first I need to find a circle shape that is near green and red. Then I'm going to need a painter block. So I'm going to grab this guy. So I'm actually going to need 2 painter blocks. I found a circle and a stash of green. So let's stamp one of them down here. Then we need another one. We'll stamp it here. Then I just need to feed shapes and colors in, quick and easy. But then also I need a stacker. And looking at this stacker, I need to realize I'm trying to figure out which piece goes in which part. So the thing I realize is the green needs to feed in closest to the output, and then the red will feed in on the other side. So I'm going to copy this stacker unit, paste it right in between the 2 painters, and then we're good to go. So we're just going to need green on the top and red on the bottom. Now we do have the new tunnels, and so let's use those. And here's an example to show you the new tunnel versus the old tunnel. You see it's about twice the distance. And it doesn't matter, there's no cost difference between using them. But once we upgrade to the new tunnels, I like to use the new tunnels as a default and then use the old tunnels only as needed. So that's got our green circles all sorted out. Next, we're going to create extractors and feed into this lower unit here to get the red circles. Here's some red. Just lining this up, that doesn't matter at all, but hey, why not make it pretty if we can? So we'll put the output of the green circles into here, and then the red circles output into here. And that creates our whole slice. And I'm cutting this off just to do a test run first. Future me doing the voiceover. This works fine. We got it right. Yay. Okay, so now we need to cut these into 4 pieces. Here's an upgrade we can do. We can upgrade the mixing and painting, and now everything is going to be at tier 4 level. So everything is all lined up. Perfect. All right, back to making a little cutting setup. So each one of these should, in theory, create 4 of the shapes that we need. We need the lower right. So I want to spin these to get them so they're the bottom half. And then cut that in half. And remember, we are still using only the clockwise rotators, so we can get an achievement is the goal. Now those ones on the right of each of those cutter outputs is exactly what we want. So then we have to take 3 of the clockwise rotators and spin the other ones around. So now we have 4 outputs. Okay, so that was working perfectly for a single belt, but like I said, we want 2 belts. So just add in some room to grow. Now all we have to do is come down and cut this, or copy this, paste it, and hook it up, and we should be golden to getting through that level. So those are starting to roll in, and we can see the speed displayed over here. Once it updates, it takes a couple of seconds to update. Right now it's saying, yeah, now it's at 4.2 per second, and that'll go up to 6 per second with a full belt. And after a little speed up, you can see we're at 6 per second. Now the second belt is rolling in. So all we need to do is wait, and kaboom. And look at that. We got the achievement. The King of Inefficiency. That is really my title. And that is great. So we got it. Now doing that has opened up a second tier of tools. And this tool that we just got is a belt reader. And what you do is you just pop that onto a belt, and it's going to tell you how many shapes are flowing through that belt at that period. So again, since we're at 6 per second with our belt, with these belts all being maxed out, that's what we should be seeing. It's, not particularly helpful right now. It would have been helpful before this challenge, but that tends to be what happens with these challenges on purpose. Okay, so this next shape is the same as what we need for our belt upgrade. So for level 15, we've got a red spiky star with a yellow circle on top of it. So let's look around and find a good star shape. We should be able to find a star next to a circle and get those all built out. Okay, so I think we've found a red patch next to a star field. So all we need to do is paint these quick and easy. And then for the yellow, we're going to mix red and green and use that to paint a circle. So we've got all of everything we need is right here. And I'm just going to put a marker on it so we can get back to it, or not lose it. So just need to copy paste in a painting block And grab some color. Grab some shapes. And all of a sudden we've got red stars. Now to make the yellow, we just need 2 levels of color mixer, 2 input color mixer. I did discover, I was playing around on another save that I have, and I figured out a better build for a 3 color mixer. So I will show you that next time it pops up. Okay, so we are stamping this down here. We're going to combine some red and green and get yellow to then color those circles. As always, it doesn't matter which order we feed things in for the color mixing anyway. Then we need another painter block, so we're just going to copy this guy. And we'll use those yellows that we're making to color the circles that are nearby. And I remember when I was making this, I was commenting that it's not always a great idea to keep things super close and tight like this. But we went ahead and did it anyway. And then almost instantly regret it. So, but it's all right. All ends well. So bringing these circles in will give us the yellow circles. So now we just need to stack these, and we're going to go to our little stacker that we copied earlier. Again, keeping in mind the order. So we want the star, the red star, to be on the bottom. So that needs to be closest to the output belt. And then the yellow circle is going to go in on the top. And it doesn't matter which of the inputs you use. I like to try to keep it even, but I saw in some earlier builds in this video that I didn't. So I can't say that I always do. And just cutting a tunnel in the middle of that path so we can bring these yellow circles up. And in. So we need to clear some room here in the hub because I want to bring them in on the top. We've got these half squares coming in. We've got more than enough for what we need. So I'm going to reroute and just kind of destroy this whole build. If we do need to build it for some reason later, it's super easy. So there's our shape. Perfect, exactly what we want. Bring them down around, and boom, that's done. So that should be a full belt of those shapes coming in. And we need 10,000 of them. So that's a lot. And we can see we've got a solid 6 per second coming in. That's going to waver a little bit again. Yeah, see, until it gets backed up, but it will. So that is good to go. So as we update these things and go up to the next tiers, one of the things we should know is that we're on tier 4 of everything now. The tier 5, the next upgrade shape for each of these is going to reuse the tier 4 shape. So this red and yellow spiky ball is going to be used again for the next upgrade shape. So what I want to do is double this up because we are also still going to need this shape coming in along with the new shape. And that's going to be our first triple decker shape, I believe. Although actually, if you look at the one on the bottom, mixing and painting of tier 4, that's a triple decker shape too, but we haven't built that, so we're not worried about it. So we have a couple of things, and like I said, I want to get that upgrade planned for right now. And that's also going to help us, if we double it up, it's just going to help us get to that 10,000 that much quicker. So this is why we want to double this up, and that's why I mentioned not wanting to keep things in super tight and super close. But that's okay. We will work around it. Now also, what I want to do is, in the meantime, I'm going to clear up some space for shapes to come into. We don't need these watermelon slices anymore, so not worried about that. We don't need these half circles anymore. We can get rid of that. And then we can start rerouting some of these other shapes. So this is our blueprint shape. We're going to have that coming in there now. And this little windmill, red windmill shape, have it come in that way. So that's going to give us some space to feed a second line of the red spiky ball, yellow spiky ball. So let's zoop through and make some duplicates. So one of the things I'm doing on this build, which I should have done on the other build, is just turning around the output lane to have it go the other way. And look at that, we've got circles right here, which was unintentional. I mean, completely planned. One of the nice things is when you get way out here, if you move your mouse over, you can see the line turns red. That means that there's an obstruction. And there we go. We've now doubled up our shapes. So those are going to roll on in. And see, we're already at 2,500, but we've got to get to 10. So this is going to help speed things up. So our next shape that we're going to do is the blue windmill with a white circle. And one of the things I want to do for that is rejigger how we've got this, because there's a lot of wasted extractors, a lot of wasted space. So we're going to clean some stuff up. There's not a lot of the shape that we're pulling from. We just need the two windmills on the left side, and it doesn't matter what's on the right side. That's getting thrown away. And I'm looking around for those. I didn't see any. I know there's some out there. We could, of course, just go from a single windmill shape and create our own. But come on, who's got time for that? We've got plenty of windmill shapes here in the original thing to draw from. Yeah, there's one way out there. So we just need to clean this up and make it a little bit of a better build. And all right, so we've recreated the basic shape. I think I was super excited that we had now are able to use the other turn that I thought I was going to completely redesign this thing. But it turns out, no, I'm not going to completely redesign it. So what I'm doing is I'm setting these up so I can feed 6 in, a full belt in of shapes, and it will kick out. It's going to kick out only a quarter of a belt. So I need to duplicate this 4 times. There's 2, 3, and 4. And then into each separate section, I'm going to feed a full belt of shapes. So that's going to keep those red windmills going. We can now upgrade our belts if we want. If you are going to upgrade one thing out of order, belts is the best one to go. It's better to feed too many shapes into something than to not be able to process them fast enough. So we're going to take this whole build, copy, and find a shape. So again, we're looking for 2 windmill pieces on the left and whatever on the right. Just like this. And look at that. It's also surrounded by blue. Perfect. Then we just need a painting block. That's lined up perfectly to the output. And we're going to bring our color in this way, so we just need to make a little tunnel. And while we're thinking about it, let's just do it. Now we'll need 4 outputs of shapes. All right, so that makes our blue windmill piece. Quick and easy. And look at that, we've got a circle right next to it. So we need a white circle. And remember earlier I mentioned that I'd come up with a better build for the white mixer. One of the benefits of making things a little bit more efficient is when you're copying and pasting, if it's more efficient, uses less parts, it's going to be cheaper to copy and paste. Okay, so we've got 2 colors coming in the top. Then what I'm going to do is take the output of that, give it a little tunnel. Sometimes I forget to use blueprints. So, boom, just going to do that. Go right into another mixer. And wait, stop, go back. Yeah, let's put in the output. Perfect. So there we go. 3 color inputs. Quick and easy. And again, for color mixing, order does not matter. I'll eventually stop saying that probably. And in the meantime, we completed level 15, which gives us storage, which is an exciting update. All right, so that's it. We're going to be outputting white. We need another painter block. And make a little tunnel to get the paint in there. Again, if we'd planned ahead a little bit more, we could have had that outputting to the left. But that's okay. So that's our white circle. Now we need a stacker. Again, the bottom shape goes closest to the output. And that does it. That builds our shape. Now we just need to feed it into the hub. A little close to quarters there. That's all right. We can reroute. I'm going to come down lower here to give a little bit more space for growth up there for that next update shape. And there we go. Done and done. This is going to feed in 6 per second. So they're going to come in slowly. But that's okay. And this next shape that we have to build is going to be our next tier grade up shape. Our next tier upgrade shape. So all that work that we did earlier, you see here's the 3 layers. is getting us ready to build this quick and easy. So we're going to get that going next episode, along with another one of the shape upgrade tier shapes. There we go. These ones are coming in. So we're good to go. We will get working on that next episode. Let me know if, do you prefer the narrated version, the voiceover version, or do you prefer me to do it as I go? It's a little easier to do as I go, but doing it narrated version, maybe I don't ramble as much. So, and I think the videos are going to be shorter that way. So maybe that's good. Maybe that's a win for you. Let me know what you prefer. Please like and subscribe. And we're going to be doing these. I'm going to be releasing these videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the battle plan. So until next one, this is Gramps signing off.